Hello Digimon fans! So, how is BT7 meta? Are you enjoying it? Well, honestly speaking, this expansion is really cool. Wow, just look at the variety of decks you can build. The main theme of this expansion is hybrids, but it also offers support to, previous deck builds and even, extend on the Lucemon line. Wow, things are just pretty cool. There are a lot of viable decks in this meta. Well, not all of them are good, but you can at least play them for fun. So, today we shall be talking about the red hybrid deck featuring Kaisergreymon. Yes, why Kaisergreymon? Honestly, well, I started playing around with a few different decks and I felt that Kaisergreymon was one of the more interesting ones. And also not to forget in Digimon Re-Arise, which is also featured in this set. Yes, Digimon Re-Arise has this limited summon for super tenacious Kaisergreymon. Yes, and even the Clash Battle boss is Kaisergreymon. So, what better timing than now? so, if you played Red Hybrid in BT4 and when the first anniversary promos came out, yes, Kaisergreymon brings even more to this deck. So, how do we build it? Let's check it out! In line with the Digimon Frontier team, this deck features Kaisergreymon as the core. It has Blitz and can deter your opponents from blocking. Well, looks pretty simple, huh? But things get more complex if we pair it up with Takuya Kambara. Takuya Kambara is one of the cards with a new mechanic introduced in this set, Tamers with inherited effects. So they actually put its security effect together with its normal effect so that they could accommodate an inherited effect. Anyway, Takuya allows you to digivolve directly into Kaisergreymon by putting 5 hybrid cards as its digivolution cards. Well, you still have to pay the 4 costs, but that's still pretty cool since it allows you to activate Blitz if your memory crosses onto your opponent's side. So with those hybrid cards, you actually have 6 digivolution cards under Kaisergreymon. And that means adding BT1 Taichi would also be a good idea, since you can gain an extra security attack from him quite easily. Well, if BT1 Taichi is too hard to find nowadays, you can always go for Masaru Daimon instead, since Kaisergreymon has Greymon in its name. So you can suspend Masaru to gain memory when you attack with Kaisergreymon. But personally, I prefer Taichi because it's more aggressive. Other than that, you can also add in Analog Youth. It's a searcher which allows you to trash the remaining cards which you have revealed. So see where this comes in? It actually can help you build your trash with hybrids. That's it. Hey, why are we starting with Tamers this time around? Don't I usually put it at the end? Well, basically it's because this is a hybrid deck, so Tamers are pretty important here. That means we can also play more Tamers than usual. Well, not as many as Shang decks though, but still, you shouldn't hold back too much on the Tamers. Of course, I'm personally happy with having 7 Tamers, but it should be fine to add a little more. That's also partly because this deck doesn't rely too much on level 5 since Kaisergreymon can just digivolve onto Takuya. So, does this mean Kaisergreymon will be our only level 6? Well, of course not. We're going to have Ancient Greymon in here as well. Honestly, this really feels like a Takuya team deck, since he wields the Spirit of Flames and this deck revolves around Kaisergreymon and Ancient Greymon. So since we have Ancient Greymon in this deck, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that there is a promo Agunimon which can digivolve into it for 2 memory. So yeah, we'll have that in this deck as well. Plus, when your Ancient Greymon gets deleted at the end of the turn, since Ancient Greymon allows you to play a level 4 hybrid from your trash on deletion, and since you can also gain memory via Analog Youth, it's not all that bad after all. Hence, we can actually cut down on the level 5s and use the extra space for Tamers. But with too many Tamers, will you break? Well, the rule of thumb for deck building is always to minimize your non-Digimon cards to minimize your chances of breaking. But then come on! This is a hybrid deck. It works differently. With BT4 Agunimon and BT4 and BT7 Vritramon, you can literally treat your Tamers as level 3s. No rookies, just digivolve onto your Tamers! Well, this will also mean that you can cut down on your level 3s as well, which is not too bad an idea. So what level trees should we add in and how many? Frankly speaking, the best way to play this deck is by maximizing the hybrids in it. So thankfully we have 3 different Flamemon from BT4, BT6 and BT7. The BT4 and BT7 Flamemon are searchers, which allow you to pick out tamers and hybrid Digimon. Meanwhile, the BT6 Flamemon gives you piercing. But do take note though, the piercing is only for hybrids and 10 warriors, so all the more reason to maximize the number of hybrids in this deck. You can also add in Pokemon, which is a searcher. Plus, it has a unique Your Turn effect which allows you to gain memory when you digivolve from a tamer. A perfect match for a hybrid deck, I'd say. Nemon can also be added in, although I personally would not add it in because I feel that it might contribute to clogging up your hand. Well, actually it can help you play tamers for free and bring them out of the trash. So if you're running very few tamers, I guess it might be something good to explore. Now for level 5s. The only one you should consider are Eldamon and Eldamon. In fact, I wouldn't really have 8 level 5s. 6 would be enough as I mentioned earlier. Kaisergreymon can digivolve onto Takuya while Ancient Greymon can digivolve directly onto Promo Agunimon. That's it. How many of these cards do we need? Well, the BT7 Eldamon allows you to reduce its Digivolution cost by 2 if it digivolves onto a Digimon that digivolved onto a Tamer, essentially making it a 1 cost Digivolution. It can also gain 4000 DP for the turn if it has a hybrid in its Digivolution cards, which actually should be a given, since all your level 3s are Flamemon. Now the best thing about it is that it also has an inherited effect which ignores the security effect of option cards. Well, looks like we no longer have to add in elaborate tactics. So since this card is so good, it's definitely the smarter choice to play it at 4. BT4 Eldamon isn't too shabby though. With an extra security attack and a 4000 DP boost, you can go aggro early on. That's it. It's only as good as a tertiary option since Ancient Greymon and Kaisergreymon has quite a bit of firepower. I personally only run 2 of it. And finally we can cap it off with 2 BT5 Omegamon. Well, why BT5 Omegamon instead of Susanumon? Well, Susanumon might give you quite a bit of aggression and board control, but that's not actually what you need here. Since Ancient Greymon, Kaisergreymon and Eldamon have already done most of the work in clearing your opponent's security, and maybe even piercing a few Digimon in the process, what you might need is that one last hit to kill off your opponent, which is where BT5 Omega comes in. Digivolve onto your Mega, restand, and hit one more time. So the last piece of the puzzle, options. Since Eldamon gives us immunity to security effects from option cards, we no longer have to rely on elaborate tactics. So far, the best option I've seen are Brahmastra or Trident Revolver. Brahmastra is a low-cost option that gives you added firepower to take down your opponents. I actually find it pretty useful, especially when I'm attacking with Eldamon. Meanwhile, Trident Revolver is great for board control while allowing you to play Tamers for free. So this is my final build. Honestly, I prefer to at least have 3 Ancient Greymon, but since it's really expensive and I only managed to open 2 in BT4, well, I just have to make do with them, I guess. Well, now we've got the deck all built, let's enjoy a best of 1 game where this deck takes on an X-Antibody deck. Digital Gate open! Hatch Puchimeramon. Digivolve Flamemon. Play Flamemon. I take Eldamon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Hatch Doraemon. Digivolve Dorumon. Digivolve Darugamon. Digivolve Daruguremon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Move out Flamemon. Digivolve Agunimon. Digivolve Monochromon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Move out Kaisergreymon. Play Chumon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Hatch Buchimeramon. Digivolve Flamemon. Digivolve Aldemon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Hatch Dorimon. Digivolve Jikurimon. Digivolve Darugamon. And turn. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Move out Flamemon. Eldemon, attack! 12,000 DP, 2 checks. Check Warumonzemon. Check Kaisergreymon. Play Pokemon. I take Ancient Greymon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Move out Darugamon. Kaisergreymon, attack Aldemon. Monochromon, block. Play the Moto Koka. I take Alphamon. Turn end. Start of turn. Unsuspend Aldemon. Draw for turn. Hatch Kapurimon. Digivolve Flamemon. Aldemon, attack Kaisergreymon. Piercing activated. 11,000 DP, 2 checks. Check Warumonzemon. Check Toyagumon. Digivolve Monochromon. Digivolve Ancient Greymon. Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Hatch Dorimon. Digivolve Toyagumon. Digivolve Darugamon. Play Darugamon. Turn end. Start of turn. Unsuspend Ancient Greymon. Draw for turn. Move out Flamemon. Digivolve Aldemon. Ancient Greymon, attack! 14,000 DP, 4 checks. Check Ultimate Flare. Digivolve Omegamon. Omegamon, attack! 15,000 DP. Darugamon, block! Turn end. Start of turn. Draw for turn. Move out Toy Agumon. Digivolve Kaisergreymon. Use Ultimate Flare. Turn end. Start of turn. Unsuspend Agunimon. Draw for turn. Hatch Kapurimon. Digivolve Flamon. Digivolve Aldemon. Digivolve Kaisergreymon. Kaisergreymon attack 13,000 DP. Darugamon block. Kaisergreymon attack 13,000 DP. Game over. So what do you think about the gameplay video? Well, frankly speaking, I decided to experiment with something new. Yes, if you notice, it's kind of different from my previous gameplay video. So that's why it took me quite long to drop this video. Well, anyway, if you're hoping to play Red Hybrid but cannot get yourself any Ancient Greymon at all, yeah, I know I did not play a playset, but there are actually some people who cannot either cannot afford Ancient Greymon and cannot even find it on the market at all. Yes, that is how high demand Ancient Greymon is right now. So if you cannot get yourself any Ancient Greymon at all, is it viable to play it without Ancient Greymon? Well, frankly speaking, it is. Yes, check out this deck list over here. Yep, it does not have Ancient Greymon. Yeah, it's only the only level 6s in here are Kaisergreymon. Yep, and it's going pretty small and has quite a bit of options in it. Well, interestingly enough, this deck actually won first place in the locals in Singapore. Haha! So now you know that it is actually viable even without Ancient Greymon. So what are you waiting for? Build your Red Hybrid today! Well, if you have any comments on this deck, yes, let me know what you think about this deck and whether you've been playing with it. Yes, do you have any new ideas to improve it? Yes, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!